All right, guys. Well, I'm back today with an overview of some different Geissele triggers, and this is all thanks to Primary Arms. Primary Arms is doing a Geissele focus this month. They sent a few triggers out to the channel for us to try out, and I've actually purchased a lot or had some sent by Primary Arms in the past for test and evaluation, and about 5 examples total down at the range for well over a few years, so I can confidently talk in detail about the Geissele system of triggers. Now, there are a few different options, and all of them are going to have some really good deals going on right now. And if you want more information, check the description below. The camp page is always a good option. Now, Geissele has been in the industry for a while, and they don't make junk. They also have some high value options, which is great for my viewers since that's what this channel focuses on. But they also have some mid-tier and premium options that also still are great value for what you pay. One of the first things I want to discuss is one of my favorites right now that PA has been really clearancing out or discounting is the Geissele 2-stage. And that Geissele 2-stage that they're offering generally goes for an MSRP of 180, and I've been seeing them pop up for about 107. So very good deal, especially from Primary Arms. Now, that trigger has a super smooth take-up. It hits a defined wall, then you have a good crisp break, and that is kind of the definition of a 2-stage trigger. You will be able to take up that trigger, pull up the slack, and get to that set point. Now, that allows you to have kind of that match grade or very light trigger, but not worry about accidentally bumping it for different hunting applications. So for precision shooters and hunting applications, a lot of guys like to go with the 2-stage trigger. Now, with single-stage trigger, a lot of match shooters, competitive shooters, or even 3-gun shooters will rather go with a single-stage trigger because you don't have any take-up. It's already at a defined wall, and you have a nice crisp break. All of the triggers that we are going to be featuring or that I've tested on the channel will all be not necessarily box trigger packs that you drop in, but individual trigger components like the hammer and trigger. So if you want to kind of custom tune different springs or swap out different components, that is possible as well. So if you feel like you're want a little bit stronger or weaker hammer spring, you can swap that out where you can't necessarily do that on trigger packs. And when it comes to compatibility, having a trigger like this, a 2-piece trigger, is going to be much more compatible in a wide variety of applications than a standard drop-in trigger. Now, not that I've ever had compatibility issues with drop-in triggers, but some have been a little bit tight, some have been a little bit loose, some have tensioning screws, some don't. You don't have to worry about play or wobble or tensioning with a 2-piece trigger because they run individual pins going through, and then these springs on both the trigger and the hammer lock into the pins and hold them into place. So it's a really nice topic that a lot of people don't touch on when you're discussing 2-piece triggers that are similar to the Geissele's. There's also a few different trigger shoes, and I want to show you guys those trigger shoes right here. Geissele offers a flat trigger shoe, which is really convenient, especially for precision and match shooters. No matter where you put on it, it's going to feel really nice. And then they have the standard curved trigger shoe if you just like feeling those standard types of triggers. There are many examples of me running these on the channel, and I've never had one fail on me. In all the years I've been firing, I've never had a light primer strike with Geissele. I've never had anything break or walk loose on a Geissele, and I've never had any functional errors with a Geissele once installing them on a setup or having them directly in a Geissele rifle from the factory. I love the fact that Primary Arms is really digging into a lot of the deals lately, and if you're not checking out that camp page, if you're not bookmarking it and coming back and subbing the channel, you are missing out on some good opportunities. A huge shout out to Primary Arms for always supporting the channel, looking out and letting me know about this stuff, as well as sending out some triggers. These are going to go into some upcoming builds, and I'll continue to update you guys on the performance of Geissele in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.